The Spurs are back, baby. After a road trip in Paris and a tough pair of games, the Spurs will have a chance to get back in the win column against a good team. Yes, there's trade rumors going on. Yes, the rumor mill is buzzing. However, there is no better way to silence all of the noise than by getting a nice win and against a team in the Clippers that is extremely, extremely tough. What's good, Spurs Digest family? I'm Brian Colbert here with another Spurs Digest extra early pre-game show for y'all. We are so excited to see our Spurs back on the court, especially after a long trip in Paris. They split it with the Pacers, lost one, won one, but the one that they lost, their most recent one, was a little ugly, and we want to see them be able to clean all that stuff up. Spurs Digest family, we appreciate all the support. We on our way to 4K, baby, and we can't do that without y'all. So make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all hit the doorbell to be notified every time we post, because we are going to keep giving you amazing content. I think we dropped like 3 or 4 videos yesterday. Like I said, the rumor mill is buzzing, so we're going to keep you updated on that. But right now, we are just here to talk hoops. We are just here to talk about basketball. So let's get right into this matchup, because it's going to be a big one. And again, it's a winnable game for the Spurs, but a very, very tough matchup, because the things that the Spurs struggle with, the Clippers do really, really well. So let's get right into it. The first thing I need to see is them shake off the trade rumors. You got to be locked in when you are a young team. Now, we know Wemby ain't going nowhere. We know that. But when you have a guy like Wemby, when you have a star like this, you want to get the best players around him. You want to get the best personnel around him. And we understand, Spurs fans, listen, we have seen your comments over and over about the way you guys want to shake this roster up. We understand that. However, this is the team we do have. This is the team that we need to win games with as of right now. So we need to focus on that. And these players need to be focused on that as well. And what better way to shake off trade buzz than just having a strong outing, having a good game, and doing the thing that you know you can do, being a good Spurs team, moving the ball, hitting shots, not turning the ball over. And these are all things I want to see tonight from our Spurs. Their three-point shooting has been very, very rough. They have struggled from the three all season long. They've hit just 34.8% from the three this season, and that causes a problem because the Clippers defend the three-point ball at an amazing rate. Most teams just shoot barely over 34% against the Clippers. They have great defense. Kawhi is back. They're really starting to become into their own, and of course we know what they can do to score. But to me, what the Clippers do defensively is what really can cause concern for the San Antonio Spurs. They had 22 turnovers in that last loss to the Pacers. 22 turnovers. There's been something I've talked about all season long. We need to see them clean up on those turnovers. We need to see them play just more efficient basketball. And, of course, all that starts with the play of Victor Wembanyama. Man, what a stud. What a year he is having. He's proven again that he is one of the best bigs in the league, but I still think there's people that are sleeping on him. I still think there's people that are doubters. I still think that Wemby probably feels that he should have got that starting nod in the All-Star. I mean, I've heard like them arguing on like different radio channels about that and why Wemby should be a starter now. I mean, that's tough to say because, you know, the starter is Jokic. So to think that, you know, Wemby is getting this kind of love from NBA fans and casual fans and super fans as well, it's been great, but you got to win. You got to win games, and winning games really cures everything. Because imagine if the Spurs were one of the best teams in the West. Would Wemby have been a starter? Maybe. I don't know. But I know for one fact, Wemby has things to prove because he wants to be the best big in the NBA. I think he's well on his way. But these are the type of games where you really got to lock in and get a win over a good team. The Clippers are a good team, and we've seen them a lot this season. And this is a different look team now because now they have Kawhi back, and they're really starting to get things together. But I have no doubt that if the Spurs could just lock in, they can win this game. I think Wemby's going to have a huge game tonight. I think he can take advantage of the bigs in L.A. I truly do. I think Wemby playing his game, again, though, I know you guys say don't shoot so much, don't play so much in perimeter. Play in the perimeter on this game. Wemby, keep the defense honest, get guys open. And then, of course, when you get guys open, guys need to hit those open shots. Somebody I really want to see a big game from tonight is Stephon Castle because he's been in these trade rumors we've talked about, he is one of those guys whose name is floating around because he is a very, very interesting prospect. You know, you look at a guy like De'Aaron Fox going out of Sacramento, you're going to have to come up off of Stephon Castle to get a guy like Fox. And I'm sure that conversation has been buzzing around the city of San Antonio, so I'm sure he's been hearing things like that. But again, young man, this is your first time around the trade rumor mill. And honestly, when you're with a guy like Wemby, who is a star, who the league wants to see win, you may be in trade talks. I mean, Paul Gasol is a Hall of Famer, and he was in trade talks every season he played with Kobe Bryant. That's just part of it, right? I mean, Chris Bosh playing with LeBron James, he was part of trade talks. You know, somebody has to go, somebody has to give. So that's going to be something that Castle might have to get used to. You know, we don't know what this guy's career will be like, but we know that he is a big part of the future of the Spurs. So I really want to see these guys, Castle, Wemby, the young guys, lock in and show that they are not worried about these rumors. They are not worried about what people are saying about them, that this team is good enough to get wins, and I want to see them show that. I really think they can show that tonight, and it's going to be a tough test. It's going to be a tough test. The Clippers do a lot of things right, as I said. Again, that three-point shooting is going to be huge, but the Spurs cannot make the same mistakes we have seen them make in these games where they give the ball up, where they give off points off turnovers. It's just become something where you want to play cleaner basketball, especially when you don't have a lot of star power, when you're playing a lot of team basketball. You don't want to give up a ton of points. They gave up 36 points off of turnovers. I think I said 22 turnovers. They actually had 24 total turnovers against the Pacers in that 98-136 loss. And I mean, you know, they're in Paris. This is a whole other thing. I'm sure there's a lot of fatigue there. There's going to be a lot of fatigue night. The Clippers did not just, you know, take a trip from Paris, but the Spurs did. You know, jet lag is a real thing, but I don't think it's going to be a thing tonight. These guys are prepared. These guys are professionals. And I really think the Spurs want to come out and show that, hey, we can get a win against some of these top Western Conference teams. And I think that's what we're going to see tonight. So going to be a very interesting match. Going to be a tough game. By no means is this going to be an easy game for the Spurs, but I think if they can clean up those little mistakes, if they can lock in and hit that outside shooting and keep this defense honest, I really think it could be a win for the Spurs tonight. And quite frankly, a win would be huge for these Spurs, losing 4 of their last 5. This is a team that was looking good and has its spurts. You know what I mean? Yes, they've dealt with injury. Yes, they're losing their coach. But these are things we need to clean up now. You know, like that's just the reality of the situation. That's the reality of the NBA, and it's time to stack up some wins, man. And I really think a win would be a huge confidence booster, not only for the Spurs, but for the Spurs fan base. We know during this time you're chomping at the bit for that big name, for that star. I mean, a lot of teams are, right? I mean, even Lakers fans, you know, there's fans all over the league that are feeling what you guys are feeling right now. But I'll be honest with you guys, there's not a lot of teams that have the capital that the Spurs have. I think these young guys that the Spurs have on this team are very, very talented and can help a lot of these championship contenders. However, again, like I said at the start, this is the team we have now. So we got to lock in, we got to focus, and we got to support these guys because we want to see wins. And honestly, wins and success for all of these guys only boosts trade value. So all those people that are saying, you know, we don't even care. Why are you being so optimistic? We just want to see this person gone, this person gone, this person gone. Well, in order to get a good deal, you need to be able to have trade chips that are playing well, that are winning games, that are playing at a high level. Wins and strong games will only raise the value of these guys that you're looking to move. We understand that there's pieces that this team is missing. However, this is the team that we have. And I do think the current roster that we have right now can beat this Clippers team. Yes, they are tough defensively. However, I think we are tough defensively and offensively when we lock in. And I'm expecting to see us lock in tonight, Spurs Digest family. Remember, hit that subscribe button if you have not hit it yet. Hit that doorbell to be notified every time we post. We are loving making content for y'all this season. This season is flying by, but there's still a lot of season left. Before we know it, we will be in All-Star Weekend. It's crazy to think about, but man, what a fun season. But this is very, very important time. So make sure you are tapped into Spurs Digest, because at any moment we could be dropping videos updating you guys on all the craziness going on in the league. For Spurs Digest, this is the Spurs Digest pregame show. I am Brian Colbert. Let's get this win today, Spurs family.